Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's have a look at some of these coins. So we'll just start with Bitcoin. We'll have a good look at Bitcoin, and I'm sorry I've not been able to make a few videos recently. Loads of stuff going on outside of cryptocurrency for me at the moment, so just not really had the chance, or I've just been so tired, after having massive long days. So nevertheless, let's get back into Bitcoin and we'll have a look at what's going on with some of the others afterwards. So Bitcoin, again, I've not been looking at it that much because, like I said on my last video, which has been a few days back now, this is essentially exactly the same as our $10,000 range was. We're playing around in exactly the same way. It's almost identical to the way that this one's played out, and it's going to play out in exactly the same way. But when it does make a break for it, it's going to be deeper than this. If it goes down, it will be deeper. However, it does have the opportunity to make a bounce though. We're tightening up with this Bollinger Band region now. We have been doing since about the 13th now, so we had this big bulbous egg of our Bollinger Band since that big drop, and now we're tightening up a little bit now. And the range that we're playing in is anywhere around about 7,850 to this, basically the top of the Bollinger Band, which is exactly where the 200 exponential is, which is basically 8,500 or so. Historically, in this little area, we've got 8,600 as a support, and also a crucial resistance. And a crucial one to break with a candle body close above it. So what this basically means is there is a chance that Bitcoin is able to break above this 200 exponential, and it wouldn't surprise me if it makes a considerable attempt to do that. Because what's happening here is we're having an incoming death cross, which is probably going to play out within the next 10 days or so if we hang around in this area, similar to the way we hung around in this area for so long. We had our cross on the Ichimoku cloud towards the end, and then we had a big collapse. We are underneath the cloud and we're still playing out that descending trend as well, but the death cross is a new development that we didn't have before on the daily. As you see, the 200 exponential we've been riding way above it, with this huge bullish move. Even when we were consolidating, it's still good to be way above it, but we broke beneath it for the first time on this guy here, and this really took a turn for the worse. It actually started to slope down now for the first time since we begun our basically big moves. This green 50 exponential, if this crosses beneath it, this is going to be a trigger, and it will be like a domino effect. All the sort of bots, the trading bots and things like that, and just generally traders, for instance, will look at this as a perfect example of something that needs to be sold, and that's probably what will happen. Now, we saw something similar, if we just go back to the 4 hourly, we saw something similar playing out around the $10,000 area, which is really interesting. See if I can find it, if I remember where it was. There was a battle to avoid a death cross happening on the 4 hourly. See if I can find it. Where was it? It was a while ago. It wasn't that long ago, to be honest with you. Where the hell was it? It's been such a long time ago now, I can't really remember exactly. It must have been... I can't remember. But anyway, there was a similar situation not too long ago, I can't remember when, but it was exactly the same deal, which was where there was an incoming, appeared to be an incoming golden cross taking place. There'd already been a death cross, there was an incoming golden cross, and they got so close that they pretty much touched each other. People were getting extremely excited, buying it up, and it didn't form properly. It basically, they converged on each other, but they didn't form a cross, and then there was a big drop down. Essentially tricking everybody into thinking that there was a golden cross and there'll be a big pump for that, which usually there would be, because again that is something that would normally happen. Now we have to be careful that this doesn't play out in the same way if you're looking to short it, for instance, because that looked to me like, the nature of trading is manipulation, but if I wanted to have liquidity into an asset and I had lots and lots of Bitcoin that I wanted to short, for instance, or I wanted to take everybody else's Bitcoin, I'd be waiting for people to preempt a move like a golden cross, which people were doing. Similarly, this looks like it's definitely going to happen, to be honest with you, within the next 10 days. So that might cause a lot of people to start shorting as it gets closer and closer to it. Now, if it was anything like what happened, it could cause, I know this sounds ridiculous, just a theory. This goes against the TA, it's just a theory, considering what happened last time. that they will get so close to converging, but perhaps maybe not even form the golden cross, and then we'll see a big buy up. Because also, if you think about it, if we move this forward to around 10 days from now, so the beginning of November, around about my birthday actually, we're going to get ever so close to this descending trend again, which once broken should also cause a continuation of a bull move. So it'll be an interesting time in 10 days, because if this golden cross, death cross forms, there will certainly be a drop down, maybe by 1,000 to 1,500 or so over a shorter period of time, to the down, moving it into that area that we've had on the cards for so long now, which was this level here, which has actually moved up a little bit further now, around 6,800 or so now. But there is a chance that this might just all be a big trick, and we will be very close to this trend in the first place if we continue in this level here. So by moving up in about 10 days time, by moving up and breaking above this cloud here, this descending trend at this level here, that would cause continuation of the move up, and like I say, there'll be a lot of people losing money on shorts, for instance. It's just a theory. But going on the TA alone, we have an incoming golden cross. We had an Ichimoku cross beneath the cloud over here on the daily, and also we had one last week on the weekly, which again, here we go, which is definitely a bearish sign, and a sign for continuation of the move down. So my expectation is down, but short term we could be trying to break above this level here, which is around about 8,500 to 8,600. Now if that breaks and we get a candle close above there, not like this silly thing here, but if we get a candle close above there, then we might turn to a bit more of a bullish move. But currently it's looking, like I say, sideways, and we have very dark days ahead of us, and I would, not that I have any idea of exactly where it's going to go from this moment as we look at it right now, because the indicators are still the same as it's been since this big drop. We've been sort of moving around this level here. In fact, it's looking actually okay, like it wants to make another run up to this level, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be surprised at all if it tried to make a run up to here, even if it doesn't break. But it doesn't look good. It looks like it wants to come down. And I would probably say that over the next week I'll have more of an insight into this, because we'll have more daily candles and we'll see which way they're going. But currently I would say it's probably going to go up to try to test this level here, 8,500 to 8,600, and if we get a candle close then it's bullish, but I doubt it will close. I think we'll try up there, be rejected, and the inevitable in 10 days time or so will happen, and we'll find our way falling beneath this support area here, which hasn't yet broken, but if it does break, it's going to be very difficult for us to make our way back up again, because the weight of being beneath all of these moving averages, plus the descending trend, plus the Ichimoku cloud with the crosses on the daily and on the weekly, just the weight of that will keep it down into this lower levels for a while, probably for the rest of the year. We probably won't see anything like 8,000 for the rest of the year, and next year we might end up being quite slow as a result of that, waiting for these moving averages to trickle down and then level out again, similar to how we saw it around this level here. So I expect to see next year similar to this, obviously at a higher price. That would be my expectation. So perhaps maybe trading along maybe around about the $5,000, $6,000 area for several months before it picks up pace and rockets up. Now that obviously, we're talking a long time in the future. We have to look at other indicators when that's happening, because it might take another leg down. You just don't know. It could take another leg down. That's months and months in the future if this fall were to happen, and we can work out if it's got another step down to take, or if it's going to recover from there. My best guess would be, though, as we would consider this whole situation that we're in right now to be sort of the first year of a 4-year cycle, 3 years being relatively bullish, I would expect that it would trail off. It would trail off around that level, and we won't see these prices perhaps maybe ever again. But again, we've got to wait and see what happens. Short-term target, I'd say try and make a run to 8,500. long-term target, probably break down beneath this level here. Anyway, I'll stop yabbering on, and sorry, I haven't got my webcam on today. I use an iPhone, so it's just, yeah, it's like an old iPhone, because I've not made videos in a day. It's just completely sort of run low on battery. Like, I've just charged it now, so I'll stick my webcam on again. But like I say, I'm a cheapskate. I use an iPhone as a web camera, and it's an iPhone 5 as well, so it takes a while to charge. It's got to be about second hand, 5 years old, so it's not got much life in it. Anyway, that'll do for now. I hope you have a nice evening. Take it easy. Thanks for watching.